Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Wendy Bertinoli and I am just going to show you some beginning watercolor flowers. I am such a beginner. I just barely started watercoloring a couple weeks ago, so I thought it would be fun to just share my journey of going from beginner to hopefully a more advanced artist. And I will be showing you a lot of other how to do fun things, crafts. I am a little over 50 and just thought I'd put my 50 plus years of experience in crafting and photography and quilting and sewing and all the things. And so we'll be doing a lot of different things on the channel as well as watercolor. But we're gonna start with this. So just to kind of tell you what my supplies are, I have the Mungyo paint palette, which I will link in the description. The Canson watercolor paper. This is 140-pound cold press paper, and I have just found that it is one of the best to use for beginners. I did go ahead and get some, pay for a little higher quality brush. These are the Princeton Heritage line in a size 6 and 2 round brush, and I have really enjoyed using them. When I first started, I was just using a Crayola watercolor palette and some really inexpensive brushes that I bought from Hobby Lobby, and they worked out great. I used those for a couple of weeks until I realized that I was really going to enjoy watercoloring. So that's definitely a great way to start out. So first of all, I'm going to move this so we don't want to mess it up. I like to have a swatch paper next to me so that I can just test a little bit, and maybe as I go along I won't have to do that, but right now I like to be able to just test my color and the amount of paint that I have on my brush. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up again, and I'm going to dab lightly on the paper towel, and then I'm just going to do a point, press, and lift, just like that. And I found that one of the most important things, well, there's two tips that I've learned. One is make sure that you're meeting your stroke in the middle so that your middle is nice and round. So point, brush, stroke, point, press, lift, and then maybe add a little water, point, press, lift, and add a little more paint, point, press, lift. So the other tip that I've learned is that you just want to do 1 or 2 strokes. You don't want to keep working your paint, because that's where you're going to get the uneven, harsh lines. So we're going to do 2 on the sides. So, and these are just going to look like they're kind of half flowers. So we're just going to go point, press, and curve, and lift, point, press, and curve, point, press, and curve, point, press, curve the other way, and just add another one right here, point, press, lift. And they don't have to be perfect. That is the thing about nature, is they're never perfect. Flowers are never perfect, so don't be too concerned with that, especially when you're just learning. So we're going to do another one here, point, press, lift, point, press, lift, point, press, lift, and then I'm going kind of the opposite way, you can see that, and there are our flowers. So while those are drying, I'm going to go ahead and grab my size 2 brush, and we're going to do the stems. And we're just going to use a bright green, and hooker's green is what it's called, and I like the bright green with the purple, so we're going to go ahead and dab that, and then I'm just going to rest my pinky on the paper to give me balance, and I'm holding down closer to the edge of the brush, and I'm just going to light pressure drag that stem down. And you can see it does not have to be perfect. And I'm going to ink up again. start down here at the bottom. I'm just going to go point, press, lift. And we'll do it right here where we kind of messed up. Press, lift. Press, lift. Same thing. We're going to grab a little more ink. Point, press, lift. And point, press, lift. So there you have it. There's our flowers. We're going to just have one more step. Now that our flowers have dried a little bit, we're going to take the yellow and we're going to make a point in the center. Now you want to be really careful with these that you don't bleed into, that you don't touch the other flowers because the paint will bleed down the line. This one we're just going to kind of make a little bit of a dome there. And we're just going to go really lightly in the center here. And you can see that one was not quite dry. It's going to bleed down that line just a little bit, but that's okay. That's what makes it fun. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you for joining on my channel. I hope you enjoyed this quick little tutorial on beginning watercolor flowers. Come back and join me again soon, and be sure and subscribe so that you will know when I upload new videos, and it'll be something fun next time. So come along and join me.